So the tree is up. I've got my turkey. And I just got tagged with a Christmas tag. And it's my very, very good pal Leo from Devil's Toys UK 2. He's boxed on my channel down below. I'll also put a link to his channel in the doohickey down below as well. I really, really recommend you go and check him out. He's an awesome guy. He's got an awesome channel. If you like action figures, comics, if you like wrestling, like, go and check this guy. He's brilliant. He's also massively into the community, and he's pretty much the nicest bloke you'll ever meet on YouTube. I shit you not. So he tagged me. He tagged me with, what gets you in the mood for Christmas? What things do you do every year in the run-up to Christmas, whether it's games, comics, movies, TV, anything? You know, what things do you do that get you, you know, in the spirit of the season? I'm going to have to limit this to 5 or so, Leo, mate, because pretty much all I do in the run-up to Christmas, or I thought until you tagged me and I actually started thinking properly, but I pretty much only thought I used to watch Christmas movies. I did a video a week or so ago where I asked people what their favourite video game related Christmas memory was. And at the start of the video I talk about how I love Christmas so much that I start watching Christmas movies at the end of October, and I list a whole bunch of Christmas movies that I love in that video. So I'm not really going to talk about movies in this video, although I am going to talk about one. I'm going to talk about this because it's my favourite Christmas movie of all time. I absolutely love National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. You know, one man's pursuit of the perfect Christmas that just goes completely and utterly tits up. You know, the man is fighting a downhill battle. He's pissing into the wind for this entire Christmas through forces that aren't necessarily in the control of himself and his hands. You know, I just think it's a brilliant movie. Ironically, though, the funny thing is about this movie is it's not the movie I watch on Christmas Eve. The movie I watch on Christmas Eve is not my favourite movie, but it's the one I reserve for Christmas Eve, and that's Muppets Christmas Carol. I don't know why. I totally prefer this movie, but Muppets Christmas Carol just seems more fitting to watch on Christmas Eve. The other funny thing about this is I have so many arguments with my mates because I think this is the best National Lampoon's movie, and they're all like, no, it's the first one. I'm like, no, it's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. But the funny thing about that is, obviously, I can only watch this once a year. You know, I only ever watch this at Christmas, or I watch it, you know, multiple times at Christmas. Because if you ever try to watch a Christmas movie when it's not Christmas, I don't care who you are, you can't do it. You physically can't do it. If I'm flicking through TV and there's a Christmas movie on and it's not Christmas, I literally just grab the remote and jump straight off it. It just feels wrong. It just feels like you're cheating on something. You know, you're cheating something special out of that moment. So yeah. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, so just have to say, favourite Christmas movie of all time. So I'm going to talk about some of the other things that I didn't really think about until this tag video that I do religiously at Christmas. Now, it's kind of funny because I don't read a lot of books. You know, it's not because I'm ignorant, it's not because I've got a lack of imagination, you know, I just don't read a lot of books. But there is one book I read religiously every Christmas. And that book is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Yes, I am reading this on my DS. This book is available in the public domain for free, so you can, you know, obviously read it on your computer or whatever. It's just, I don't know. I don't own it in book form, and for whatever reason, I just find, you know, reading it on the DS kind of more book-like. Now, I love Christmas Carol. As I said, I start watching movies, you know, Christmas movies from the end of October onwards, including all the, you know, different adaptations of Christmas Carol, but for some reason I cannot bring myself to read this until we hit December. It just seems wrong. Now, what's interesting is, as much as I love Christmas Carol, and I know the book because I read it once a year, and there are a lot of very close adaptations of the book, not a single one of them completely covers the book 100%. I mean, if you've seen all of them, then you pretty much will know everything that goes on in the book, but not one single movie in itself covers it. And I just love the opening. The opening just sends shivers down my spine, because even though it's a ghost story and you could consider the opening almost kind of a little bit morbid, it just, as soon as I read this, my brain just goes, it's Christmas. Stave 1, Marley's ghost. Marley was dead to begin with. There's no doubt whatever about that. The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner. Scrooge signed in. Scrooge's name was as good upon chains for anything he chose to put his hand to. Old Marley was as dead as a doornail. That bit is just epic. That bit, to me, the minute I read that, is just Christmas. So yeah, one of the things I do every Christmas is I make a point of reading A Christmas Carol. And as I said, if you've never actually read the story, if you think you know it because of all the different movie versions, like you really do need to read it to appreciate it. Pretty much, this is the best, well, in my opinion, ghost story ever, and easily, the best Christmas story ever. Something else I always do approaching Christmas that just makes me feel very, very Christmassy, and this reminds me of being a kid, is I always make a point of going through my old school collection of Beano books, both Beano books and Beano comics, because it's just such a massive part of my childhood, and it was a very, very genuine traditional Christmas present that one of your relatives would give you. It was a given that someone would give you a copy of the Beano book at Christmas. It in itself is a Christmas institution. Not so much now, because as Leo mentions in his video, it's a politically correct, watered down version of the once great institution that it was. And it's called the Beano Annual now, which in itself pisses me off, because it was always called the Beano book. Even when every other sort of publication had its yearly annual come out, the Beano book stood there proudly by itself and said, yeah, screw you guys, I'm a book, I'm not an annual. So yeah, it's another example of stuff just. And it's not me saying, oh, it's just because I'm reminiscing since I was a kid. It's not. The Beano these days is just shit biscuits compared to what it was. But the Beano book, as I said, I will make a point of caning through my collection of these, because it's just, to me, the Beano book is Christmas. Try not to wreck it because it's older than me, this one. It's just part of Christmas to me. I love the Beano book. It conjures up so many memories of cold mornings, in the winter, just reading it again and again. And yeah, I know it's nostalgia, but the Beano book to me is Christmas, and that is one thing. It took this tag video to kind of remind me of that. That is one thing I do every year approaching Christmas. I sit down and I cane the crap out of my Beano collection. Now, there's a habit I have never ever grown out of. Even as an adult, I still do this religiously every year, and I always make a point of buying the Christmas issue of the Beano, the comic, the weekly comic. Now, I'm a massive Beano fan. I have a massive collection of Beanos going back to the 60s. My Beano books go back to the 40s. I love the Beano. I grew up on the Beano. It is my childhood. So one of the greatest things for me as a kid that I genuinely look forward to as much as anything else at Christmas was the yearly Christmas issue that came out the week of Christmas. Sometimes as late as the 23rd of December. I absolutely loved it. I mean, I would get it and then I'd just read it cover to cover and then cover to cover again. And if anything, it was a hindrance, because it just whipped me up into such an excitement, looking forward to Christmas, that it just made Christmas seem that much further away. But I love the Christmas Beano. I absolutely love it, and I still buy it. This is last year's. This is 2010's Christmas Beano. Now, Leo mentions it, and I mentioned it with my talking about the Beano book previously, but it's a sad, pale reflection of the once great comic that it was, But I still really look forward to the Christmas Beano. It just, I guess it's that. It just reminds you of being a kid. It makes you remember all those cool, warm, Christmassy memories. But I still buy the Christmas Beano. Basically, it's simple. Take all your regular characters in the Beano and just put Christmas into that strip. And as a kid, it was amazing, because it was kind of like, wow, I love these people. They're awesome. Oh, look, they love Christmas as much as me. I know that's kind of the logic of a child, but I guess that's the magic of the Christmas Beano. So yeah, I still make a point of buying the Christmas Beano. I'm going to buy it this year. One of the things I love about Christmas is Christmas TV. Now, I don't mean that in the sense that, I sit with my ass glued to the couch and just cane the crap out of Christmas TV, and don't do anything else. I'm talking about, I make a point of watching, the Christmas specials of my favourite sitcoms and my favourite shows. Because one great thing about British TV is they pull out the big guns at Christmas. It's a massive ratings war, so they pull out the big guns. So you'll get Christmas specials from shows that are between seasons or don't necessarily run anymore, but are popular enough for them to bang out a Christmas episode. I'm talking about such greats as Blackadder's Christmas Carol, Porridge, Gavin and Stacey, The Royal Family. Can't think of another one. And Doctor Who, but that's in recent years. But I'm much like Leo in the sense that when it comes to Christmas, I will make a point of digging out my DVD box sets and specifically tracking down and watching the Christmas episodes. Now, obviously, I can't talk about Christmas TV without talking about the daddy of Christmas TV. Only Fools and Horses. Well, that was a rookie mistake, wasn't it? That's how big the box set is. It just rocked my laptop. Now, Only Fools and Horses to me is pretty much what Christmas TV is about in, the United Kingdom. I love Only Fools and Horses. But what I love about it the most is, it ran for what, 7 seasons, but even if you look through the 7 seasons, you get to season 4, then there's a Christmas special, season 5, then it doesn't run for another 3 years, but between season 5 and season 6 you still get 1, 2, 3 Christmas specials, then you get another 2 before season 7, and then the rest of them are Christmas specials. Only Fools and Horses to me is Christmas. I absolutely associate pretty much my favourite British sitcom of all time with Christmas. And this is where I sound a little bit anal, because when we hit December, I don't just make a point of watching all the Christmas episodes, I make a point of watching every single Only Fools and Horses episode. And I started a few days ago. I'm currently up to season 3, but working this in with all my other Christmas stuff I'm kind of doing is it's taking a little bit of time, because there's quite a few of them. But even the episodes that are set in summer, even the episodes where they go on summer holidays, it just, I don't know, Only Fools and Horses to me is just a part of Christmas. So there you go, that's the things I do at Christmas every year to kind of get me into the spirit of things, make me feel a little bit more Christmassy. Thank you so much, Devil Toys UK 2, Leo. That was an awesome tag, if only because it made me realise that I do a little bit more than watch Christmas movies every year. So, thank you for making me think outside the bun. And, yeah, I just want to say to everyone out there, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'll see you later. Don't forget to check out Devil Toys UK 2.